Aussie.
Oh, here we go. That's us. That's the starting the live stream noise. Starting another week of live streams. Tuesday nights, kicking off. Fox of Fate has already got into the Whiskey Negroni from Starwood. It's interesting, which, as I've said several times before, should be called a Boulevardier, but they've gone for marketing because most people who go to venues that make cocktails have heard of a Negroni, and it will give them a vibe of what the drink is. And they are less likely to have heard of a Boulevardier, which is because a Negroni is gin and Campari, and a Boulevardier is whiskey and Campari. So, but they've gone and called it Whiskey Negroni. I want to have a taste of that, because if it's actually Campari or something of equal bitterness to Campari, like Okar's Island Bitter, I won't be able to drink it. That's too bitter for me. It's just too much. But I've got a few bitter aperitifs over there. They're just not as bitter as Campari, so I can manage them. But Campari is just too much. So, like I got on spec, I got the Negroni from Archie Rose, which is a good drink. It's just too much Campari for me. But because it's diluted, I now use that as like a Campari substitute in a cocktail. And then when it's diluted again with other things, it's fine. Like I could probably make a Boulevardier with that and enjoy it. It's just the thing. But meantime, I'm going to be having my... Oh, yeah. It's an interesting one. That's the last of last week's clarified cocktails. So yes, Toby, hello. How you doing? So I was going to look up the actual recipe. Boulevardier. Yes, so that's whiskey and sweet vermouth and Campari and your traditional Negroni is gin and sweet vermouth and Campari. Either is a good choice if you like Campari. I don't like Campari. Well, yeah, that's what it'd be. And this is me getting my cocktail nerd on. As I was saying, they've called it a Whiskey Negroni purely from a marketing point of view, because what it actually is a Boulevardier. If it's whiskey and a bit of orange liqueur and sweet vermouth, it's a Boulevardier. If it's gin and bitter aperitif and sweet vermouth, it's a Negroni. So there's no such thing as a Whiskey Negroni. It's a Boulevardier. Oh, Toby, that's excellent news. Got first AstraZeneca shot. Cool. Any side effects? I had comparatively mild side effects that sort of came on during the night. Sorry, I laugh when I remember because I was so pathetic. I had the chills. And I'm laying in bed going, I can't even sleep because I've got the chills. I did go to sleep, but then I woke up and had the chills, and I was just lying there going, and I just felt really weak. And we had like a weighted blanket on the end of the bed, and I tried to get it to pull it up so I'd feel warmer. And I was too weak to pull up the weighted blanket. I was going, and I sort of woke Mrs. Angry up being pathetic. And She said, what is it? It's just, can you pull the weighted blanket up on me? I feel too weak. And so she pulled the weighted blanket over me. And then I felt better. And I did go to sleep. And I think after a couple of hours, I woke up again. And I wasn't having the chills anymore, and I was too hot under the blanket, but I was still really weak. And I tried to throw it off, and I was like, ugh! And I got it off me, and I was going to push it all the way off the bed. But the time I got it off me, it had kind of bunched up, and it was just this big lump of heavy stuff. And I was too weak to push it off the bed. And I'm just feeling so pathetic. I can't push it down. And then I just lay back going, fuck it. Isn't it? So yeah, Toby, most people have no side effects. Some people have very mild side effects, like me. Like I said, the chills for one night and it wasn't even for a night, it's for a couple of hours. Some people get soreness at the injection site, which I didn't really. But yeah, some people get fevers and cold or flu-like symptoms. Can go for anywhere from 12 to 24 hours. And of course, a very small number of people have severe side effects and might actually need medical treatment. So I think it's based on the number of people that have had it, about 1 in 100,000 people get side effects serious enough to warrant going to hospital and get medical attention. And sadly, 1 in a million people have experienced complications that they died from. And you go, oh, that's terrible. We don't know. But then you look at, so COVID has a 1 in 5 chance of severe effects. Like half people who get COVID have no or almost no symptoms. It's like that. It's definitely no worse than a cold for half or more people. And then you get maybe a quarter or so of people have mild effects, like it's the flu, or some people even called it like turbo flu. It's the flu, and I felt really fucked for a couple of days, but it passes. But 25% of people get quite severe illness. They don't necessarily end up in a hospital, but you get long COVID, you get medium to long-term disability. The illness is so bad, like chronic fatigue and just being fucked and complications. So yes, we get 1 in 100,000 chances of a bad side effect, as opposed to about a 1 in 4 or 5 chance of a bad result if you actually contract the novel coronavirus and get yon COVID. Yes, I thought that makes sense, Fox. On the back of the bottle, they actually mentioned it's also called a Boulevardier. Fox, I'd love to be able to get a taste. I don't want to buy a whole bottle and find out I don't like the Starward cocktail. Like, for instance, the new Old Fashioned is friggin' awesome. I've had 2 bottles of that. It's just very good. And yeah, tip it over the top. And this is probably the same with the Boulevardier as well. An orange spritz over the top, like peel a bit of orange thing, spritz the oils over the top. I bet that makes it better. Because, I don't know, orange peel's like magic in boozy drinks. Oh yes, Fox, I know you'd share if you could. I just keep like hoping I don't know, end up in a Dan Murphy's where they're doing taste tests or something. Because I'm not going to lash out $50 on a bottle until I've tasted it. Megaleech, hello. And of course, what's the other one they put out? A coffee one. I know I'm not going to like that. I don't like coffee as a flavor, not even mild amounts of coffee flavor. And I'd be willing to bet it's more than mild amounts of coffee flavor, because coffee liqueurs are for people who like coffee. And I don't like coffee. So, yeah, I'm just hoping to get a taste of it one day because I might like it. Like, as I said, I've got a bunch of bitter aperitifs over there I use in cocktails and I quite like. It's just Campari's too fucking much. Stabby, you spoke to someone a couple of hours ago, said he's going to give you autism. You're already on the spectrum. There's a meme I saw that I really liked that one of my many autistic friends, people on the spectrum who I'm friends with, and I've seen it posted a couple times actually. It's, the caption on the meme is when you're already autistic and get the vaccine anyway. And it's one of those juddery, color saturated ones. And the kid in it is sort of doing this. They've done red eyes on him and it just says, level up. It's a visual joke, not particularly funny having it explained. Oh, is that for real? I didn't look at the details that closely, Fox. Yeah, no, if the coffee one uses Mr. Black, because I've got some Mr. Black and I've tried Mr. Black and it's super fucking coffee. Even like, because I keep referencing in the fridge, I've got the clarified mochaccino I made with Mr. Black. And that makes it tolerable. And that's like super diluted and it's been clarified so that softens the flavors. And I don't like it, which is why I'm not drinking it. It's been in the fridge for months, but it made it tolerable for me. I did that for a competition. So someday, when I'm allowed to have people in the house, because we're still not allowed to have people in the house at the moment. So someday, when I'm allowed to have people in the house, some lucky person who likes coffee gets to have some. I mean, kind of, I think Aidsy wants to take the whole bottle, which, he might get away with. You're looking very cautious. Where are boots? Oh, on the computer? No, that's my shirt. You did. There's no cardigan here. That's okay. Yeah, I mean, the success of Mr. Black makes me wish I liked coffee because I'm a bit parochial. I love seeing, Aussie battlers do well. And Mr. Black is a young startup and they're taking on the world. They've done a really aggressive marketing campaign through Europe and North America, and people are loving it. They're making serious inroads. People are loving it. And I love to see it. I just don't like it because I don't like coffee. It's kind of like I'm very fond of the Applewood products, with the Applewood gins or the products they call Okar, like the Okar Gold, which I use a lot. And I did have a little bottle, like this size bottle of their Okar Island bitter, which is their version of Campari. Now, it's a better flavor than Campari. Campari's kind of one note, whereas the Okar Island bitter had a lot going on, but it's every bit as bitter as Campari, so I can't really drink it. So I really like Applewood and Okar products, apart from Island bitter, because it's too bitter for me. Yeah. Blowing kisses. And no, Celtic King's not here. Celtic King would get really jealous if I blew a kiss over there and didn't blow one to him as well. So he missed it. I'll pass it on, Tobes. Maybe he's there with you. I don't know. So I kind of, like seeing, the Aussie success stories and all that sort of shenanigans, but sometimes I just don't like it. Hello, Kirsten. Oh, okay. That was one of the really weird clarified cocktails thing. All right. So that's my warm up. Now I'm going to do my testing. No, Kirsten, I haven't started. I was having a warm up drink. And hello, Raiders. So taste test time. I have a bunch of white cane spirits. They're not all rum. This one is cachaça, which is Brazil's national drink. It's made from sugarcane juice. The difference being rum is made from molasses, which is boiled down sugarcane juice. It's a side byproduct of making sugar. So rum is molasses based. Cachaça is made from sugarcane juice. So it's lighter and grassier. Everyone always says it's grassier. Now, This is my almost empty Australian white rum that I'm replacing with the Jimmy thing, the Beanley white rum from Queensland. This one, speaking of grassy, this is a rum agricole. So this is an unaged cane spirit again. It's not like rum agricole translates as farmer's rum. So the French name, appellation d'origine contrôlée. So yes, technically to call it rum agricole, it has to come from the very specific place. And this one comes from Martinique, I think. There's a couple of Caribbean islands, I think. I think this comes from, does it say? French plantation rum? Oh, yeah, it says, I knew it said Martinique somewhere. It's there. So, that, and that's also overproof. I've also got, this is another Australian product that I've had for a while, Thousand Souls. This is a cane spirit again, a spiced cane spirit. I think it's a combination. They can't call it rum because it's not molasses and it's flavored. So it's cane spirit. So it's basically moonshine, 45% alcohol, moonshine flavored with Colombian cacao and cinnamon. And the newest addition to the Angry Booze collection, but not for long because I've got other stuff coming this week. 3-pack of gins from Applewood because they were doing that buy two get one free thing. So I went, fuck it. I got a bit of shelf space. Got this. Oh, there it is. I thought there's got to be that bit on this plastic seal that's meant to be easier to get it off. And I found it. So yes, I've got 3 bottles of gin coming this week, which is ridiculous. But so no more gin for a while for me. Thinking of getting one more rum because I emptied a couple bottles of rum. So I'm going to do taste tests. First neat and then with a bit of ice. And because I think some of them might overpower this. So the first 2 I taste. Oh God, Kirsten, so close to being able to tell me things. And I do love getting the tidbits from you. But I'll be waiting. You've got me hooked with the hints of new releases in the lead up to Christmas. You know, so I kind of know what I'm getting myself for Christmas. I am going, oh my God, wow, the aroma on this Jimmy rum. It just, woof, just wafted out. Wow. So Beanley, which is perfectly serviceable. Yeah, it's got that nice light rum aroma. You get that slightly funky thing, the overripe fruits. And hello, nobody. Greetings and salutations. The Jimmy rum. Oh my God. Ooh, it's got more of the esters, which means it smells a bit like acetone. Oh, but it's got this banana going on. My God, it's so much more. Sorry, not to slander you, Beanley, because you've been good to me, but this Jimmy rum is like, whoa. All right, so little taste test neat. Yeah, okay. So, I should have some water to cleanse my palate. I just gotta get some palate cleanser. So the Beanley is very light. It's sweet. Got a little bit of that rummy taste you expect. Now, what's the Jimmy rum taste like? Man, oh, it tastes really clean. And it's just got like notes of pineapple going down. How do they describe it themselves? First dedicated rum distillery. Produced in a 1,500 litre copper still, Matilda. Rich aromas of warm vanilla, hints of butterscotch and caramel, a touch of fresh grass, long, clean finish, leaving you wanting more. Okay, so what I got on the nose was banana, very banana-y to me. And, ooh, yes, so you think one of the Jimmy rums has a butterscotch Werther's flavour. Is that one of the gold rums? Well, this one has a really clean taste, and to me, there's a little bit of pineapple going down. All right, so that's those. I'm going to do a little comparison with the cachaça and the moonshine, cacao and cinnamon cane spirit. I'm going to put a bit of ice in all this. So let me see. So nobody got COVID tested. Good idea. Pick someone up you know nothing about. Results negative. That's good. Hey, Safa. You lost electricity during the day. Well, that sucks. Okay, so cachaça. I'm going to rinse my mouth out a bit. Just really, really light aroma. It doesn't have the same aroma as the Aussie white rums. Just a barely there aroma. And again, very light taste. People always say it's grassy, and it kind of is. Makes me think of bamboo, actually. Hello, Annette. I'm doing white rum tasting. Well, white cane spirit tasting. All right, this is the flavoured Australian cane spirit now. Again, it's much less aroma than the white rums. Like hardly anything. I can hardly detect anything. Did someone swap it out for water? I don't know. Well, that's not water. It's very lightly sweet. And yes, I can taste the cacao on that, although that might be the power of suggestion. Oh, nice. Nettie, you picked up the loft bed from Abigail's. Well, that's good. It's good that it's getting some use. Now, what's that? When you psychological effect getting tested for COVID, when you wait, you assume your positive plays with mine. Oh, absolutely. I think any medical procedure to test you for something makes you think, God, when I had the colonoscopy for what turned out to be the false positive from my bowel cancer screening, everything in my head was, well, this could actually mean I'm going to die. I don't think as a human you can avoid thinking that. So this is the overproof rum agricole. It's got more of a smell. Yeah, just that slight. I guess with a lot of these, you get that because it's the fermented sugar or distilled sugar. You get a slight overripe fruit smell in it. Not surprising because it's almost 50% more alcohol than some of the others. It's a bit more burny going down. A bit of heat. Right. I had the neat. I'm just going to put a bit of ice in each of them. See what that does to them. Because both the chilling and the dilution from the ice can do very interesting things to the flavour. Can really bring different things out in the flavour. Nobody glad you... getting the test is a good idea. It seems to be... Again, the numbers are still comparatively small, but it seems to be spreading in Queensland at the moment. Whereas Sydney's still up shit creek. With not much sign of anything getting better. All right, so this is chilled Beanley rum. Yeah, I don't really think the Beanley is a sipping rum. It's a good mixer. It's a good mixer. I don't think it's a sipping rum, though. More water for cleansing the palate, I think. All right. Yes, Nettie really does look up shit creek in Sydney. Not getting better because they're not doing what they need to. Hey, Celtic King. Again, this Jimmy rum has far more and far better aroma than any of the other cane spirits. Wow. What's that brought out? It doesn't burn going down at all, and it's what is it? What percent is this? Why can't I see a percent on this? Yeah, 40. Just a standard 40%. Does not burn at all going down. Thinking that's going to make a very good daiquiri. I'm thinking it's going to make a very good daiquiri. Man, what is that flavor? I suppose it's the vanilla. Like they're saying they expect vanilla notes. It is. It's a very vanilla note. Yeah. Yes, Celtic. Toby told he had his first AstraZeneca shot today. Safi, you're doing a hypothetical lockdown. Can't go further north than Albury if you want to go to Victoria. Yeah. All right. Okay, so this is the chilled cachaça. Okay, that's really brought out. Everyone always talks about cachaça having grassy notes, and putting a little bit of ice definitely brought that out. Cachaça goes really well with lime. In fact, like the cachaça drink is caipirinha, which is just you just get some limes, cut it up into little chunks, spoonful of sugar on it, muddle it, and pour the cachaça over that, and just stir it. That's like the way to drink cachaça, keeping it simple. So if you're having crappy weather, we had mixed weather today, but all right, now this is the cacao and cinnamon cane spirit. Still, it's like very light. What's that? It's 45%, I think. 45% alcohol. Very light and just a little bit sweet. To me, it's got almost no flavor. It's very light, a little bit sweet. Doesn't burn going down, so that's a plus. Rinsing the palate with water. Oof. And finally, the chilled and diluted rum agricole. Yep. Still got that slightly acetone aroma to it. Doesn't burn your tongue. Very warm going down, though. Holy crap. It's the 55% alcohol, so it's a bit beefier than the other ones. Okay. Jimmy rum. winner. I don't know if that's just me psychologically wanting to tell myself I made the right choice in buying it. But it's better on all levels. It's got a much nicer aroma and a much nicer flavor. Safa, I have not been to the 4DX cinema at Century City, Glen Waverley. Not my part of town. Celtic King, hello. Well, AT joined us on Friday night, where he put in a very good showing because he talked to me during the day and he sounded like crap, and I basically told him he sounded like crap. He sounded tired. He sounded very tired, and so I think he put a real big effort into being very animated in the stream on Friday night. So I think you enjoyed it. Oh, nice. Nettie, you went to Elysium with Abigail. Did you enjoy that? I mean to do that one day. And yes, nobody. Lockdown's boring. Definitely what? Slightly bored looking computer, stuff all to do, short walk at a COVID test, walking the outing. Nice. Yeah, look, and it's also, yeah, it's a diversion and it's responsible. So you gave yourself a diversion and you were being responsible. So win-win. Right, I'm just getting these out of the way. I don't want to knock them over. These, by the way, these had desserts in them. There's a thing at the supermarket that had desserts in them. They're on special, and I got them, and it's like, what do I do with these? Are too good to just throw out. So they're just like little sampling glasses now. If you want a small drink of something. I've done that a few times. There's like, because you often get desserts from the supermarkets and they're just in plastic. So that's cool to throw out. But I've got some that were in glass. And it's like, this feels too good to throw out. I feel super guilty at the concept of throwing this out. So I keep it. And then it was lovely. You had tasty cocktails. Had to suddenly wolf down because your friends with you turned up early. All right. Well, another day, I hope to join you there. Because we don't have travel limits now, so I can go over there. Right, so I'm going to put these bottles away. Oh, nice, nobody. You are actually cleaning your home during lockdown. That is productive. Well done, that man. So, put these bottles away. Uh, 100 souls. Okay, shots. So. 2, 3, 1. Room for one more bottle. That would be the Starwood. So I emptied some bottles in the last couple of weeks, which gave me some shelf space. Celtic King wants to build a temple to worship Nettie. Nettie, he wants to do that for all of us, but it's good. There you go. Right. I am going to make it. Now, I'm going to give this, the classic white rum drink is a daiquiri. Very simple. And in fact, I might make a super simple version of it. Best cocktail recipe. Perfect proportions. 8-2-1. 4-2-1. 3-2-1. 6-2-1. So, okay. I'm going to make a really simple one. instead of doing lime juice and sugar syrup, I'm going to do my special lime cordial. And yeah, I'm going to shake it. I am going to shake it. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. All right, got a glass. Actually, I'm going to chill the glass a bit with these little bits of ice and then tip that out. Right. Want some ice? I'm just going to put a little bit more ice in my glass to chill it. Ice. Right. That's a lot of ice. A lot of ice in my shaker. I don't have a jigger though. Better get one. Right. Right. You bloody well right. Okie dokie. Do. Hey Justin, how's it going? Ooh, Nettie ordered some more cherry blossom stuff. Nice. Well, Fox, I think is a Shirley Temple a non-alcoholic one? I always let me. Oh, what are we doing? Okay. A Shirley Temple is grenadine, lemon juice, and ginger ale. Yes. So traditionally, a Shirley Temple is non-alcoholic. Right. Okay. So now I'm going to make this. So, because this was the clear winner and the white cane. I should have done the syrup first, actually. Use the rum to wash it out. Anyway, let me use this. My super mega lemon lime syrup. Milk clarified, magical. All right, such a good little thing. This. Oops. Ooh, and I almost put it in the glass instead. All right. All right. Sakura for making gin blossoms. Yes. All right. Chilled my glass. I will dump that ice. The shaker's almost too cold to hold, which is a sign that the drink is nicely chilled. And there we go. All right. Jimmy Rum Silver Daiquiri. Fox, you're right. We should actually do a road trip to the Luxborough and the Dandenongs one time. Nobody. So you mentioned house cleaning before. Pulled off every key off your keyboard and cleaned each of them. Oh, nice. Just new found out Democrats abroad. Australia has some legal structural issues dating back to 1995 might have to fix. Well, go you is all I can say. So, oh my God, that's good. Oof. And I reckon I can taste the Jimmy rum coming through the lime, the milk. It's a milk clarified lime cordial. Just give me a little bit of water. Rinse my palate. It's an interesting way of looking at things, Fox. Are the structural issues pitchfork and torch issues, or just good talking to issues? With politics, you can never be sure. Okay, I only did little sips of those cane spirits to taste test them, but I can feel it. Oh, man. No, that Jimmy rum really comes through. It's really good. Okay. So now you're up to going to the Dandenongs for booze. Well, you know, we could do a road trip one day. Visit the good folk at Luxbrew. Man, because Jimmy Rum is out on the Mornington Peninsula. Where are they? They're at Dramana. And there's a big garden place at Dramana that Mrs. Angry likes. So we're talking about we might do an overnight thing going out to Dramana on the Mornington Peninsula. Find somewhere to stay, a bed and breakfast or something like that, and because they have a bar and they do food at the Jimmy Rum Distillery. So we might do that. I can drive, Annette. Of course, if I drive, I won't be drinking anything or not much of anything at the distillery, but pick up one or two things to take home. But I might be doing an overnight thing with Mrs. Angry out to the Mornington Peninsula to go to the garden place and the Jimmy Rum and not have a dirty weekend. It's good. Oh, right. So, Justin, nothing serious, but you have multiple ABNs hanging around. Yeah, if people are a bit careless, that can happen. Ooh, Kirsten's really getting me going now. There's a few distilleries on the Mornington Peninsula. I have not been out the Mornington Peninsula for quite a few years, actually. Oh, I tell you what, though, this worth it. Like more expensive than the Beanley white rum, which is a great mixer, but this has character, and it comes through. Man, it's pretty good. I gotta come now that I've got that. I'm definitely going to do something. I think. Ooh, Bass and Flinders, the Spirited Lot Distillery. Well, so that's my whole idea of staying overnight at the Mornington Peninsula, that I could maybe go to a couple of these places. I don't know, like get a taxi between them and get blotto. Oh, I've got no problem from driving out to the Dandenongs. I've got no problem with not driving or only having a very little sample. As much as I may come across like a hopeless alcoholic, I'm actually quite capable of not drinking, but yes. Oh, sorry, I'm just like popping my eardrums. Okay, so now with this daiquiri, I am definitely legally drunk. I would definitely not get in a car at the moment. Not that I would anyway at this stage of the night, but yeah, it's like the combination of my clarified drink, that little sampling, and now a double of the Jimmy Rum. I'm definitely sozzled. Yeah, Safa, that was a very interesting story. Telstra have made payphones free, and I don't know what that means. Is that to another landline, or can you call a mobile phone? Can you call interstate from a payphone and have it be free? I don't know exactly what that means. If it means local calls to landlines are free, which would be great. So what's the Fox? No need for pitchforks. Most of your suppliers going to raid on a Blizzard protest. Fucking Blizzard, man. Fucking evil company. Oh yes, well, Nettie, you're in the city. I think it's quite easy to get around most of Melbourne without a car, but sometimes it is. Earthgrow. Oh, good question. Can you find a Telstra phone and do they work? There are not that many of them, but there are some. So, Safa, you've looked at it. It's free calls, limited to 6 hours. You can call mobiles for free. That's freaking awesome. That is absolutely excellent. There are so many pluses to that. And I'm sure Telstra is just doing it for the PR, but I'll give it to him. I'll give him good PR because that will help a lot of people. Man, the idea that just like being able to pick up a payphone and just call someone and it'll work. That's fucking great. Okay. I think I'll write a love letter to Jimmy Rum. I was thinking of getting one more rum, like a gold or dark rum. Fuck it. I might get another Jimmy Rum because. Okay. I'm making it now. I'm making the big call now. I'm making a big call now. This is probably the best white rum I've ever had. Mega Leach, watching a film with a birthday girl. Happy birthday to the 19-year-old and enjoy watching the movie, Mega Leach. Celtic King, you think there'll be a lot of prank calls made? Why not? I mean, really. Prank calls. Lol. Safa, should you have a drink tonight? Only if you want to. It's a Tuesday. I'm not going to bloody encourage anyone to drink on a Tuesday. I was just pissed off. I really wanted this on Friday night. And they originally said it would arrive on Thursday. And then I went, oh, sorry. A lot of our deliveries have been delayed 2 or 3 days. And they're right. Didn't arrive till today. But I understand. I absolutely understand with various restrictions and fuck-ups with COVID. I completely understand. Still a bit annoyed, though, because I really, like, if I'd had this on Friday night, it would have been all over. Nobody. You saw in the UK, they were putting defib units in place in payphones. That just sounds super dangerous. Because for defib units to work at all, you need to be trained to use them. The idea of the general public being able to grab defib units and jolt someone actually sounds super dangerous. God, I sound like a curmudgeon, don't I? Like, grumble, 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 blah, blah, blah. It's all wrong. Whatever. People do dumb shit all the time. I can't be held responsible if people do dumb shit. Of course, if you happen to be super lucky that you're having cardiac arrest and there's someone who knows how to use it and it's right there, it'll save your life. So there you go. So, Edis, you're impressed that people using payphones to call Triple O. There's all kinds of reasons for people to use payphones. People who are having problems with housing, people who have bad domestic situations where their phone use is being monitored at home. So this thing of payphones being free has such a huge potential upside. Kudos to Telstra. And I fucking hate Telstra. I seriously fucking hate Telstra. But I'm going to give them a thumbs up on this. So, Fox, you reckon a lot of the newer jump starters are just pads as they stick to you and follow the instructions? Maybe. And nobody, you reckon modern defib units are automated, come with instructions, only work if you follow instructions? Yeah, okay. So, okay, Fox and nobody know more about these defib things than I do. So what about supermarkets needing to get security guards to check if QR coded? Yeah, at various times I've been in supermarkets and there has been someone whose sole job is to make sure you do the check-in. You should do it. You should absolutely do the check-in. It makes contact tracing so much easier if there's an outbreak. It's so good. Raiders, you are correct. A large percentage. I think I'll just throw it out there. I think 3/4 of payphones disappeared. Oh my God, Earthcrow. YouTube creators doing the defib challenge. They'll do it. They'll absolutely do it. Justin, payphones do have a number, but it's not written at the payphone. But if you know the code, you can work out what the number is. So it is possible to ring a payphone, yes. Celtic, heading off, brother. See ya. And Fox, Dan's as someone at the door asking. Yeah, I've had it at a few places, people asking if I checked in. And it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. Okay, big fucking thumbs up to Jimmy Rum. Holy crap, that stuff is good. It's got real character. I was thinking of getting another rum. I might get another Jimmy Rum. But I might wait till I actually go out there with Mrs. Angry. Kirsten, you're still checked in at work. Oh, dear. I'm just going to look up. Oh, Jesus, the fucking stove is doing its thing. You all probably can't hear it, but it annoys the shit out of me. So I'm just, I'll be 20 seconds. It takes about 20 seconds to make it stop making noise. We're going to hit this class, and the clock slowly goes forward, and then it gets faster and faster. It's the 14, it gets really fast. So it's like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Right. So it's done. Oof. It's so fucking annoying. Right. So, Jimmy Rum. What do they have in their repertoire? So, there's a Pinot. Wow, a rum that was aged in Pinot barrels and it's really red. Silver, which I got. Oaked. Barbados. Navy white. Okay, this white is so good. I'm kind of tempted by their navy white now. Barbados import strength. That's $200. I'm not getting that. But so what's the difference between oaked and Barbados? Small batch oaked range. Not legally rum, but it's been barrel aged and we're loving it. Put our beautiful also this one into new or near new small format American oak barrels for a short time. Oof. Silver butterscotch flavor coming through, lovely warmth of the oak it's aged in. Okay. Tempted. Okay, so that's what oaked is. Oaked is this aged in oak barrels. Tempted, because that's really good. What's the other one? Barbados, which is a bit more expensive. Premium rum. Selected 3, 5, 8-year-old rums from the famous Foursquare distillery. Oh, so it's actually Barbados rum that they've blended themselves. Wow. Okay. So it's Barbados rum. Okay, off the top of my head, I'd be tempted to get this oaked. Shit. Oh, yes. Okay, yes. Kirsten, Archie's Navy strength for $250. I am not that big a rum person that I'm buying a $250 rum. Better value. Justin, you don't have to check into Workplace ACT. My workplace has barcodes for check-in. Not that I've been there lately. Safa, will I go to the cinema the rest of this year? I probably will. Since COVID started, I've been to the movies like twice, maybe 3 times. There are a couple movies coming up that I think I'd be interested in seeing in the cinema. So maybe. I'll talk to Mrs. Angry, but they have to arrive. Like again, because I love the big comic book movies. The Suicide Squad. I might go and see the Suicide Squad because it's a James Gunn film, and I think it'd be good. I'm quite keen to see Dune in a cinema, and there's a couple others that maybe. So yeah. Oh, Justin, you're saying there's a different app in each state. But, okay, with the Victorian one at least, you don't need an app. You scan the barcode and it opens a web page. It suggests you download the app, but you don't need the app. You can just scan the barcode and it takes you to a web page. And again, Kirsten, I have no doubt whatsoever that the really serious rum aficionados are friggin' loving the Archie Rose Navy Strength rum. But I've got a 75% Australian rum over there. So yeah, I just can't quite bring myself to spend that much on booze. I'm a lightweight, okay? I'm just outing myself as a lightweight with that attitude. And I know you're a much more serious collector than me, Kirsten. Raiders, yes, the app stores your details with which experts process. Cool. So the process, I don't have the app on my phone. So the process is you open your camera, you scan the barcode, a little thing comes up, oh, you can check in. You tap that, it opens the web page, and then there's a thing that says check in, and you tap that and you check in. The first time you do it, you put all your details in and say save my details, and it's that. So yes, not downloading the app, I think is one. It's probably two more taps. I think if you download the app, you go barcode, scan, and it goes for tamped. So without the app, it's like barcode, scan, okay, open the web page, check me in. So yes, not having the app is two more taps, basically. That's how I understand it either. Oh, yes. So Kirsten, 3 years ago, we might have been the same. We've both changed. And as we have acknowledged several times, the change you have influenced on me in the last 18 months. 18 months ago, like when I started doing the live streams, hardly any of my booze collection was a small amount of my booze collection was Australian, but not much. And in the last 18 months, my booze collection has A, doubled, and B, the Australian quotient has shot through the roof. Like gins, I only buy Australian gins. Fuck internet. Fuck big brand gins. Fuck big brand gins. My whiskies are mostly Australian. I do have an Irish whiskey and I do have an American bourbon in there, but it's Australian. Rums are mixed. There's a lot of international rums in my rum things, but I've got several Australian rums. And liqueurs, they're very mixed. Got a lot of Australian liqueurs, but I've got a lot of European liqueurs as well. So everything. But yeah, the change to buying Australian stuff, that's all Kirsten. So yeah. Justin, you wish we'd have a national app. See, the national app relies on the federal government, who are fucking useless. Fucking useless. Oh, nice. Nettie's doing the koala onesie. Well, the heating's been on, so I'm not cold. So I'm doing cocktail cats. I don't know if anyone's noticed on this, because it just seems like cats and some orange slices. But if you look more closely, it's like this cat is shaking a cocktail. And I think this cat is drinking a cocktail. And these cats are just hanging out. So this is my cocktail cat shirt. Some of the cats are shaking cocktails and some of the cats are drinking cocktails. So, yeah. I'm a cocktail cat, man. I'm a cool cocktail cat. No, I'm not cool. The one thing I'm not is cool. But anyway. The cats on my shirt are cool. I'm just not. Yes, I agree with you, Fox. Comparing the federal government to tits on a bull is an insult to tits on a bull, quite honestly. It's redonkulous. It's ridiculous how fucking useless the federal government is, honestly. It's like they had two main responsibilities and one subsidiary one, and they fucked them all up. Their two main responsibilities were border control, which they've absolutely fucked. The idea that we're 18 months in and they haven't even thought about doing purpose-built quarantine facilities is fucking ridiculous. The second one is they decided they were responsible for the vaccine right. They never should have been. It always should have been the states because the states control the hospitals. But fucking Scotty from marketing went, I'm going to do it. And every single statement he's ever made about vaccines has been horseshit. So they fuck that. And the third one, which everyone, I think a lot of people forget, they had their tracing app was supposed to, register people around you and all that. And no one downloaded it. It doesn't work. It's fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. Okay. I like that, nobody. We did see Last Angry Bunch. Your cat was on. Your cat doesn't do cocktails, just stalks and attacks her own tail. Your cat's very cute. Safa, I actually reckon the Labor Party $300 for vaccinated people is great. Fucking do it, man. Just suddenly, like, bam, get a fucking vaccine and you get $300. I reckon it's a fucking awesome idea. It is cheaper than lockdowns. Lockdowns cost billions of dollars. We have to do it, but they cost billions of dollars and it fucks everything up. Giving vaccinated people $300 is fucking cheap. It's great. It's fucking great. And the Liberal Party's objections to it are fucking bullshit. Raiders, no one's getting $300 for the jab yet, but Labor has proposed it. And the Liberal Party's going, no, but I honestly think it's a great idea. Just a simple incentive. If you're fully vaccinated and it's registered on the MyGov site that you're fully vaccinated, $300 to your bank account. Fuck yeah. I actually think it's a really good idea. Yeah, Justin, if you work for the federal government, don't say anything, man. Just don't say anything. And yes, nobody, I agree. I also wouldn't trust the LNP to wipe their asses properly. It's only 9 o'clock. Super tempted to make another drink, but I'm not going to. Just gonna drink. Look, Shieldy's not even here, guilting me that I'm just drinking water. Because it's only a fucking Tuesday night. Oof. And as tempted as I am to have another drink, I'm not going to. Unless I weaken. Let's see if I weaken. It's only 9 o'clock. Got an hour that No, I'm not going to. I'm just thinking, I'm not going to have another drink. No. So Earthgrey, I think it was the Shovels headline. Morrison agrees to give $300 to Harvey. Yeah, Jerry Harvey for every person vaccinated. Yeah. No, the LNP are just fucked. They are so fucked. Oh, okay. That water tasted really good. So I think I probably will just drink water from here on out. I was very tempted to make a whiskey drink. Holy shit, why is the fridge doing... The fridge is just... I don't know if the microphone's picking it up, but the fridge just randomly went, let me sing you the song of my people. And made that noise that fridges make. Oof. I did see that, Safa, in New South Wales, the LNP withdrawing vaccines from regional areas for Sydney. Is that nobody in an economy run by the Libs is like a tree of monkeys. Monkeys in the top of trees, shitting on everyone under them. So when the Libs look down the workers, they see shitheads. When the workers look up, they see assholes. Nice. Oh my God, Nettie, I'm kind of feeling jealous of you at the moment. You're in a comfy onesie. You've got a koala onesie. I've got a Totoro onesie. But like I said, because the heating's been on, I don't really need it. So I felt like wearing one of my flamboyant shirts, and I chose cocktail cats today. So yeah, but a onesie does sound pretty good, honestly. Earthgrey stand. You're going to stand your dog for the election with the slogan, "He may be parking mad, but he's not a liberal." Fair. I did notice a former Fraser minister backing a group who want to run an independent against Tim Wilson, which is in my seat. He is a piece of shit. Tim Wilson's a piece of shit. And so there's been a few successes with running independents against LNP people. It'd be fun if that works. Aside from my heating is gas. So in winter, my gas bill is high. Air conditioning is electric. So in summer, my electric bill's high. Yes, Nettie, I remember onesie Wednesday. I'm not actually streaming on Wednesdays at the moment. So I remember we did onesie Wednesday and formal Friday. And it was, in fact, formal Friday that inspired me to make my YouTube cocktail channel uniform the shirt and tie and vest. So for which company am I for gas? I don't even fucking know, man. Energy Australia, I think? I'm not sure. Justin, you say if you were in charge, you'd set up a quarantine facility in the middle of the No, look, it doesn't even have to be in the middle of the outback. It needs to be somewhere that's not in the middle of an urban setting. So it could be in a perimeter suburb. It doesn't have to be in the middle of the outback. But yes, the idea that we don't have purpose-built quarantine facilities when we've had repeated evidence that hotel quarantine is far too leaky. It's ridiculous. Fox, you don't remember your MP, but he's a fucking nat. Fair enough. Yes, that's a good way to put it, Raiders. Tim Wilson left the IPA to work for an even more corrupt organisation. And again, the IPA, no one takes them seriously. They're a bunch of fucking hacks. So, Earthcrow, are there any kitchen table politic meets in your electorate? No, they're having them in Kooyong, seeking community response to change local voting elected in Warringah. Well, there is, apparently. I just saw this article today. What I think is hilarious, because I'm old enough to actually remember the Fraser administration, the post-Whitlam administration. And to the left, the Fraser administration were fucking Nazis. But now, fully 50% of the Fraser administration, including Malcolm Fraser himself, although he's dead now, but they're more left-wing than the current Labor Party, which is fucking surreal. But they are. They're fully 50% of Fraser's ministry compared to politics today, they're more left-wing than Labor. It's wild. Justin reckon. Oh, actually, I'm actually with that, Justin. A dedicated airport for international arrivals that takes them straight to a quarantine facility. That's that's an excellent idea. That is a great idea. Was the Raiders? John Fane used to have Tim Wilson on so he could laugh at someone. Oh, tough. So it's the Earthgrow. Labor's left sits to the right of Hawke Keating, which is. I'm not sure about that. Certainly, the centrists in current Labor are to the right of Hawke and Keating. And while there are things I liked about the Hawke Keating regime, they definitely entrenched neoliberalism in Australia. But yeah, Jesus, the fact that most of the Fraser administration are to the left of modern day Labor is really freaky. Kirsten, there was a plan along those lines for Avalon Airport, which is near Geelong, outside of Melbourne. How far advanced it is, who fucking knows? I don't. I am stunned the federal government has done nothing on that front. Not even as a scam. Not even as a scam to do pork barreling to their contributors to give some of their big donors multi-million-dollar contracts to build quarantine facilities. They haven't even done that. They've done nothing. It's fucked. It's fucking pathetic. It's terrible. So, yes, that's my thing. The Liberal Party should corruptly build some quarantine facilities. Because then at least we'd have some quarantine facilities. Justin, you reckon Uluru Airport? I'm not sure. I don't know anything about Uluru Airport. But yes, the idea of international arrivals fly to a specific, and there might be one of these airports in every state. I don't know, but they fly in. And there's a specific offboarding process for them, and they are taken directly to a particular facility and done. And the fact that 18 months in, this isn't happening is a fucking farce. It's an absolute fuck. Oh my God, it's only 9:10. Last time I looked at the time, it was 9 o'clock, and that was only 10 minutes ago. So my sense of time is definitely fucked, which would suggest I've had a couple of drinks. That's okay. Fox, you reckon we should build the airport in Gladys Koala Killer's backyard? Maybe. I mean, I like the idea of Avalon Airport and, yeah, one in the Northern Territory, one in regional Queensland. I don't know. But the fact that this shit hasn't been addressed is friggin' ridiculous. Is absolutely friggin' ridiculous. Absolutely does my head in that this hasn't been addressed. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oofed. All right. I'm just at this drunk stage that there are two warring halves in my brain. It's like, there are two wolves within you. One is saying, you've actually had enough to drink. Just drink some water. And the other wolf is going, let's get fucked up. It's only Tuesday night. The fucked up wolf is not going to win. And also, nobody, I absolutely agree with you. That whooshing noise we can hear is the fucking ear rushing past. Jesus Christ, it's August. What the fuck is that about? That is fucked. Yes, tomorrow is a work day. No, Earthcrow, if I have another drink, the let's get fucked up for wolf wins. The mildly responsible wolf that's just going, dude, you're kind of drunk. You're not legless. You're not slurring your words. You're doing that enunciating thing you do when you've had a couple drinks. It's okay at the moment. You're feeling loquacious. You're feeling relaxed. If you have another drink, you'll probably be fucked up. Nettie, you've got a sugar wolf. I like that. And the sugar wolf always wins. Thank you, Abigail. Speaking of Star Trek, Miles O'Brien would say, there are two wolves inside you. Sorry for the transporter accident. Oh, no. Thank you, nobody, for doing Shieldsy's job with the water thing. Safa, why does winter feel longer than summer days? Because it's a real thing. Seasonal affective disorder. Actually feeling a bit blur because the days are shorter and it's colder and it's wet. It just makes you feel blue and it drags. Summer goes faster. It definitely goes. Nice. Fox of Fate with the Lord of the Rings puns. I'm not legless. Maybe Gimli or Aragorn. Nice. And Justin, you used to live in Tim Wilson's electorate back when Andrew Robb was its MP. Damn. No, I live there now. So Tim Wilson's my fucking MP. And I thought he might get fucked in the last election, and he didn't. So if Labor can't do him, maybe independents can. Who knows? What do we got next year? So the next federal election's not till next year. No way would Scotty from marketing have an early election now, because everyone is very cognizant of how much he's fucked up the COVID response. Yes, Abigail, Nettie mentioned you managed to get one drink in at Elysian. We've definitely got to do it. Not this weekend, because I got a thing on with Mrs. Angry this weekend. Maybe the following. And then maybe we can do a live stream on the Saturday. Who knows? But maybe the following weekend. Because you reckon the sun sets really quickly here? It's like light switch gets turned off. It varies. The further north you go, the longer the sunset is. Like when I had a holiday in Darwin, the sunset is so slow, and the sunset over Darwin Beach is incredible. So Abigail's review of the Elysium Whiskey Bar, classy as fuck. And I didn't. Okay, we're doing it. We're definitely doing it. And always up for lime streaming all this. So not this coming weekend, because I got a thing with an igloo at Fed Square with Mrs. Angry on Saturday. And then we're probably going to the city, find a bar to have a drinky or two and a nibble or two in the bar in the city. But the following weekend, because I've wanted to go to the Elysium for ages. Now you two have done it and you say it's great. So we'll do it. Oh, thank you, Raiders. Latest date for the next federal election, 21st May 2022. There you go. Man, who knows what the second half... I think what Scotty from marketing is banking is towards the end of this year or the first quarter of next year, most of the country will be vaccinated so we can lead a kind of normal life, and that fucking piece of shit will try and claim credit for it, even though it's 6 to 12 months later than he said. So, yeah, he's not going to call an early election. Yes, Kirsten. Oh, fear of missing out for you. You want to go to Elysian. Again, when you're allowed to visit Victoria, not soon. As things stand at the moment, because I don't see them getting much better, I don't think Victoria is going to be receptive to visitors from New South Wales until second quarter next year. I honestly think New South Wales is not going to manage this COVID outbreak at all. It's either going to stay at its current shitty level or get worse. And until like first quarter next year, when there's a decent level of vaccination. So I honestly think visitors from New South Wales won't be welcomed till second quarter next year. And Abigail, I'm absolutely with you. If someone wants to be a politician, you should probably ban them from being a politician. People who chase power should not have power. Fox, that is a very good question. What's the earliest date for the next election? And I am going to defer to Raiders because he seemed willing to look it up. And Abigail, they do have one vodka. From what I understood from Nettie, you weren't there long enough. You were having one drink and then the ute showed up to get the bed, so you had to down it and go. But I absolutely... Oh, did I just upset you, Kirsten? So you have tickets to a whiskey event sooner than that. Pay no attention to me. I know nothing. But yes, see, Abigail, I'm with you. I would be very interested if a whiskey bar chooses to have one vodka. That vodka might be worth tasting because they've gone, okay, we'll have one vodka. We'll have this one. Might be worth tasting. But we'll see. Abigail, you think the earliest date is when the PM wants one? There are actually rules. There are various conditions you have to meet to have an early election. Justin, how should we choose our politicians? We should have just community-based stuff. There are people who... what was that ding? Holy shit, are you kidding? That's AIDSy. Dinging me at this stage. Okay. I thought he was trying to tell me he wanted to join, but what he says... AD has fucked up his back. He's totally wiped out. He wants everyone to know he loves them. He'll be back ASAP. Yeah, no, he has fucked himself up. Yeah, in the last week, he has absolutely fucked himself up. Because you have 2 events 1 week apart. Well, I hope it's working when that happens. When are the events? I don't know. Tell AIDS he's Gen X and not a millennial, because he sends text just to say yes or thank you. And from what I know from millennials, they find that really confrontational. they don't want unnecessary communication. It's very stress inducing if you send them or okay, God forbid you call them without texting them first. But if you, from what I've been told, for a significant chunk of millennials, if you really want to send them into meltdown, show up at their front door without calling and texting them prior. Which again, for my generation, that was just a thing you do. Just in the neighborhood, you ring someone's doorbell and say, "Hey, I was in the neighborhood." Apparently, verboten for the millennials, and we'll send them a big chunk of them into stress meltdowns. So, oh shit, Kirsten, you've got events in October. Okay, I'm not going to say anything. Someone from New South Wales wants to come to Victoria in October. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to say anything negative, and I can't think of anything positive to say. Oh, nice. Yes, Justin, we can script people to be politicians. We should have unwilling people be politicians, because the people who want power shouldn't have power. So yeah, Nettie, we're the same thing, just dropping in. That's a thing. That's a thing we do. That's a thing that used to happen. Apparently not so much anymore. Oh, thank you. I didn't mean to dump it all on you, Raiders, but I thought you'd look it up. Jesus, we could have an election as early as 7th August 2021. Shit. No, he's not going to do it. So, Earthgrow, you found the shove. Coalition agrees to give $300 to Cherry Harvey for every Australian vaccinated. Yes. Yeah, see, Abigail, you agree. You don't rock up at someone's house unless you really know them well enough. Unless you text them to see if they hang out. Justin, you want to conscript me? You would all be in terrible trouble if I had power. I'm just saying that. Actually, no. You would all be fine. About a third of the population would be in terrible trouble. About a third of the population would be in terrible trouble. Another third would be going, "Oh my God, what the fuck did we get ourselves into?" And then 1/3 of the population would be going, "This is awesome. I love this." So I freely admit I would not be universally popular if I had power. It would be a big thing. So Nettie, you're dropping in for CC&C to Mate's Place was totally thing to do in the 90s. Yes. That's an interesting concept, Abigail. Surgically alter politicians so they can't lie or withhold the truth. So thank you for the explanation, Nettie. CC&C, coffee, cones, and cigarettes. There you go. I'd only do one. I don't like coffee or cigarettes. Don't really like cones, but I'd probably try it. Justin, you want to conscript AIDS as well? Okay, fully 95% of the population would be mortified if AIDS had power. 5% would be like, woo! But 95% would be like, oh my God, what the fuck? So, no, but if you had power, the rich would be in trouble. The 1% would be taxed a flat rate. Look, okay, this is a serious policy I would put in. There would be a minimum wage, and I mean it, a minimum wage of between $15 and $20 an hour. And no company could exist without paying people that. Companies that outsourced their businesses to foreign countries to conditions that were indiscernible from slavery, that would be illegal. People in foreign countries would have to be paid a proper amount as well. And I say this as a contractor. The idea of contract or casual employed staff would be for very specific purposes for very fixed periods of time, and these people would be paid bonus rates for working in that volatile way. And if any companies like, oh, we need to have casuals or contractors all the time. No, you don't. You need to have a permanent workforce that does those things. So we don't have this ridiculous situation where people have to work multiple jobs just to live. That's fucking bullshit. And yes, Abigail, universal basic income. Yeah. And if you earn over $1 million, tax at 55%. I'm fine with that. Those fucking people don't need that fucking money. It's bullshit. Justin, you'd send ASIO after Murdoch? No. I'd just reintroduce sort of 1970s era media ownership laws. I would make it illegal for media ownerships to get consolidated. That was a crime against humanity to allow the consolidation of media outlets. That was fucking terrible. Fox, you reckon if you had the power, the media companies would not only go, the 1% would send media after you, they'd pay terrorist groups to assassinate you. Now, if I had the Thanos thing, those fuckers would get one warning. There's a whole bunch of people who'd get one warning. And I would be like, okay, you do that shit once more and you're gone, okay? So don't fuck with me. You get about, and I mean, that's about a third of the planet's population would get one warning. Stop doing that shit you're doing, or so yeah. Nitty, you loving the chat? Nice. Nobody. Labor hire would be state-owned. Workers would be paid universal income. Companies would rent the workers. Wow, that you thought that through. That is great. Labor hire state-owned. Workers are paid universal income. Companies rent workers from the government. Oh, wow. No, that's great. I freaking love that. Toby, no, everyone gets one warning, Toby. And the terrorists, the warmongers, the rapists, they get one warning. It's like, and I'm also assuming omniscience, that I know what people are doing. So yeah, the terrorists, the warmongers, the rapists, the exploiters, I go, you've got one warning. Stop that shit. Because when I get the report, you've done it again, it's like, and you're gone. Raiders, anyone earning 180,000 is already paying 45%. No, they are not. I will tell you that point blank, they are not. As someone, as a contractor who earns more than that, I am not paying 45% of my income in tax, because once you get past a certain level, you use accountants to get every little workaround so you don't pay that. And it's not 45%, it's 45% above 180,000. But also, no one who earns above 180,000 is paying that 45%. They are using accountants to dodge most of it. That's just the way it is. And yes, Abigail, close the tax loopholes for companies and rich people. Absolutely. Toby, well, they're only getting one warning from me, mate. The terrorists, the murderers, the rapists, and most of them wouldn't heed the one warning, so they'd be gone. I'd just say, no, that shit stops today, or when, I get my godlike equivalent of social media alerts that you're doing it. It's like, bam. Yeah, no, Fox, I have an accountant who does amazing shit with tax for me. It's all legal. I don't do anything illegal. He used to work for the tax department, so he knows everything that's legal. But yeah, no, that's I don't pay that much tax. If you looked at what I told the tax department my taxable income is, it's about a quarter or less than what I actually get paid as a contractor, and then I do a bunch of shit through my company. So this is the thing, like, people say, You say don't vote for the Liberal Party because you're jealous. No. Every bullshit the Liberal Party does benefits me, but fuck them. I fucking hate them. No, Raiders. The millionaires, 55%, not irrelevant. Close all the loopholes so they're actually taxed at that rate. Yeah, Fox, it's not quite like that, but yes. It's me saying, "Oh, we do that. Is that legal?" And the accountant says, "I'll make it legal." No. My accountant, because he worked in the tax department, he knows it works, and he still knows people there. So if he's not sure, he won't do anything illegal. If he's not sure of something, he'll just call one of his contacts at the tax departments and go, "La la 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 la. I want to do this, that, and the other," and he'll make sure what he does is within the boundaries of legal. But you can do a fucking shit ton of stuff within the boundaries of legal. Like I don't have stuff in offshore tax havens. I declare all my income. It's all in Australian banks. I don't hide any of my income. So I don't do any of that shit. Yeah, as you say, Fox, even if it was Jeff Bezos money, I'd vote Labor. Because he doesn't need it. It's meaningless. I'm not doing anything like nothing's being hidden in offshore tax havens. Literally every dollar is being told. The government knows every dollar that's going through my bank accounts. Nothing's being hidden. It's just you can do a shit ton of stuff without hiding stuff. Now, if you're willing to be criminal and fucking hide stuff offshore, oh my God, everything goes out the window. But I don't do that. My accountant doesn't do that. Like the government is literally told of every dollar I get because it's all in Australian banks. And so, but there's just a shit ton of stuff you can do. It's kind of like if you're earning $40,000 or $50,000 and you're an employee, you've got no fucking control over what happens. But once you start getting north of 100,000, you start having enough money to start to exploit the legal loopholes. It's as simple as that. So, Justin, that is an excellent question. Was the design of Jeff Bezos's penis rocket intentional? They must have known. Like they must have known when they're doing the design. They go, should we make the rocket look like a cock? Yes, we should, because we are fucking the sky. They must have known. There's no way you don't realize your rocket looks like a cock. You can't not see that. So that was some weird fucking deliberate thing, as far as I'm concerned. So Earthcrow, you don't vote Liberal because you were formerly an active member, and you know what they were planning in the 90s. None of it's good. Yes. And they started. Oh yes, water. That is a big one that they want. And this is actually a global thing. The right globally wants to get rid of the idea that access to water is a basic right. They absolutely want to completely privatize access to water. It's fucked. Ugh. Oofed. What do you got? Half an hour to go. Yes, Abigail, you are right. The Dr. Evil penis rocket was less phallic than Bezos's penis rocket. It's ridiculous. Oh, yeah, Fox, if we even took 1% of Bezos's wealth, we could fix a lot. And again, it is important to note when we talk about the wealth of these people, Bezos and Gates and fucking Musk and all these other fucking leeches, it's not actual cash money. They don't have that much cash money. More than half, maybe more than 3/4 of it is tied up in ephemeral things that if they tried to turn into cash money would immediately devalue that by 90%. But still, in terms of liquid assets, these fucking people have billions of dollars, which is obscene and criminal. The idea that they have billions in liquid assets while they are literally exploiting people in conditions that are very hard to discern from slavery. That's fucking criminal. Oh, Fox, Bitcoin's absolutely imaginary. And the NFTs, I kind of feel like people worked out NFTs were a complete scam. There was a very brief NFT bubble. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think people, the non fungible tokens and making things that don't actually exist be worth millions of dollars, I think people have kind of worked out that's complete bullshit, although I'm not sure. Yeah, the cryptocurrencies are fucking bullshit. They're just purely speculative bullshit. And what's very interesting, because of course China introduced a bunch of bans on things that hurt cryptocurrencies for a while. Like the big ones lost 50% of their value in a month. And they're kind of sort of bouncing back, but maybe not. But the American government is talking about essentially taxing cryptocurrencies to a point they'd stop being a speculative thing. They're just fucking. They're a scam. They're a fucking scam. So Abigail, you did a deep dive on giga yachts. Some of them have torpedoes, and the biggest ones have 800 stuff. Oh yeah, Bezos apparently spent $1 billion on a giga yacht. It's like a small city. It's freakish. And yes, they actually have armaments because they worry about pirates attacking them. So they have fucking armaments. Those ultra wealthy mega or giga yachts, they have armaments. Stuff that is fucking illegal, but they're so rich, laws don't apply to them. Yes, Fox, I love that. The Bezos's giga yacht has a super yacht. For those who don't know, when people have a boat, once it gets to a certain size, they tend to have a smaller boat that goes with it. Like I have some friends in Adelaide who have a business that's done really well. They've got a really nice boat. I've been out on it. It's really nice. You sit up on the deck, but it's got a downstairs. It's got a bedroom, a little kitchenette, and a bathroom. So the bedroom's got a double bed. The bathroom's got a toilet and a shower. The kitchenette has a little stove and stuff. It's really nice. I can't afford shit like that, but these guys have a business that's done really well, and it's really nice. And they have a little dinghy that goes with it. I think the idea is that your boat might be out at anchor and use the dinghy to get back and forth. Now, last time I was with them in Adelaide, which was like, I don't know, 10 fucking years, somewhere between 8 and 10 years ago. I haven't been there for ages. But we went out on their boat and it was really nice and they're really cool people. And they said, "Oh, we'll go to this nice place for lunch." And it was basically a yacht club, and they berthed their boat there, and it went nice. And when we berthed, this big fucking yacht came in, and their second boat was as big as the boat we were on. And this didn't count as a super yacht. So the super yachts have a second boat that's as big as this one that came in, whose second boat was as big as the one I was on. And like Bezos's giga yacht, its second boat is like a super yacht. It's just fucking ridiculous. Safi, you cancelled your Prime account because of the Cockstar shit. You have stronger morals than me, my friend. That's all I'm going to say. Earthgrow, you like a retired Polish man in the New South Wales Libs. He was in Poland during Nazi occupation. He was in Poland during Nazi occupation. His view on handling the far right was to shoot them. Yep, just shoot them. If you were a Pole during the occupation, that would be your thing. So yes, Abigail, the giga yachts are the size of cruise liners, but they're for one rich fuck. They're like aircraft carriers, yeah, and it's for one rich fuck. Okay. Let's look it up because I did see something about it. Bezos yacht cost. Okay, so The story goes that Bezos's Giga yacht cost 500 million. Has its own support yacht with a helipad. So let's look at this story. Sorry, I'm just trying to find this. Yep, everyone. Yeah, so Bezos's Giga yacht is reputed to have cost like 500 million, and the support yacht has a helipad. So yes, I think you're right, Abigail. His Giga yacht's probably got 2 or more helipads, but the support yacht has a helipad. Abigail is saying they have surface-to-air missiles on the boats. Yeah. No, they have a shit ton of illegal armaments on these mega yachts and giga yachts because they're super paranoid about getting hijacked. So if you're saying Amazon have an ambulance at their factories because it's cheaper compared to giving the workers bigger breaks. Yes, the Amazon exploitation of workers should be illegal. Like Bezos should be in prison. And this is not even counting like the manufacturing and distribution in places like China, other places in Asia, Southeast Asia, and Africa, where the conditions are just indiscernible from slavery. But the fact that they have workers, particularly in the US and the UK, that are just horrifically exploited, they're getting away with this gross, disgusting exploitation of people in the US and the UK. People who are working full time and being run into the ground and yet still need government support because they're not being paid enough. Bezos should be in prison. Bezos should be in prison until everyone who creates the Amazon wealth is on a living wage. It's as simple as that. And what do I think is a living wage? I think, and there should be none of this bullshit about people being casual or contract or whatnot. Everyone in the Amazon warehouses should be full-time. They should have a full-time job, and in American terms, they should be on, if they're working a 40-hour week, they should be on a minimum of 50,000 per annum, American dollars. Simple as that. And Bezos should be in prison until that's how it is. And same deal, if he wants to fucking move shit to China, Southeast Asia, Africa, India, anywhere like that, no, same deal. They should not be on poverty wages. They should not be on slavery wages. They should be on a level of wage that makes it no more economical than employing them in the US or Europe or Australia. It's as simple as that. Earthquake, their workers voted against a unionized workplace because Amazon spent literally millions of dollars in a propaganda campaign convincing them it was a bad idea. And also, Amazon threatened the fuck out of them. So that's why they didn't get a unionized workplace, because Amazon spent literally millions of dollars on a propaganda campaign. Oh God, Kirsten, your aunt tried to argue with you about Bezos because you posted a meme about taxing the rich, especially when going to space is my quirky hobby. Yeah, no, I'm not joking. That is my literal opinion. Bezos should be in prison until everyone who creates his wealth has a living wage. Forget fucking taxing him. Imprison the fucking piece of shit until everyone who creates his wealth is on a living wage. And a living wage means they have a full-time job where they are being paid enough to support a family in the city in which they work. It's as simple as that. If you can't do that, you're a fucking criminal. And yes, thank you, Raiders. Uber should be illegal. Uber is a piece of shit company run by pieces of shit that fucks literally everyone and is just an absolute scam and a shell game trying to trick people into investing in the company, which will never make a profit. It's fucking bullshit. Uber is cancer. It's way down the scale from Amazon, but Uber is absolutely cancer. It's cancer. It's just it fucks up local economies. It exploits the drivers, and it will never be a successful, profitable company. It's just burning billions and billions of dollars, and it's a game of hot potato with investors, where early investors convince other people to put their money in and take that money so they make money. And at some point, someone's stuck with a hot potato and they lose everything. And then also all the cities that lost their infrastructure lose everything. And it's just fucked. I would be very happy if everyone involved in the management of Uber was in prison. This is what I mean. Don't give me power, because I will fuck people. I will fuck people really bad. But I'll give him a chance. So is that Fox the lawyers Amazon hired? Yes, they're a branch of the Pinkertons. The Pinkertons were literally a private thug force invented in the 1800s to kill workers who wanted rights. The Pinkertons are pieces of shits. And that is okay. Thank you for the joke, the pun joke, Abigail. I love that. Unionize means different things if you're a chemist or not, because yes, if you're a chemist or a scientist, it means unionize. But yes, I do love that particular bit of wordplay. Oh yes, no, Raiders. Taxis were never great, but Uber forced itself in based on a lie, and Uber is fucked. Uber is cancer. Uber is destroying cities, and it's a fucking scam. It is a fucking scam to convince people to invest in the company, which will never make a profit, which will at some point go tits up, because you can't keep pretending it will ever succeed, because it will never succeed commercially, because it just burns billions of dollars. And when it finally goes tits up, it will be too late. The taxi infrastructure will be destroyed. It'll have fucked over restaurants and whatnot with like Uber Eats and whatnot. And it's just, they're a bunch of criminals. I would happily put them all in prison. I would fucking happily put them all in prison. And Justin, you're right that workplaces don't vote to unionize here. Our system's way better. And yes, see, Abigail, Sheba, which is a female-only rideshare company based in Australia, pays its drivers a fair amount, which is great. Yeah, it's possible to provide a good service at a good price that's ethical. Uber is a criminal enterprise. It'll be exposed somewhere down the line, but all the evidence is there to see now. Uber is a criminal enterprise. It's a fucking scam. It is a fucking scam. And yeah, no, they should all be in prison. Everyone in the management of Uber should be in prison. Everyone in the Amazon management should be in prison. Everyone in fucking Microsoft should be in prison. Everyone in Apple should be in prison. Everyone in Google should be in prison until they... everyone in Facebook should be in prison until they fucking fix their shit. It's as simple as that. But yeah, and the thing is, none of this shit is sustainable under capitalism. Like, people say, like, "Oh, you're a commie, you hate capitalism." It's like, well, yes, but also none of this shit, none of it is sustainable as capitalism. It's a fucking shell game. And yes, Fox Fate, it's multi-level marketing pyramid scheme. It is fucking bullshit. It's unsustainable. It's not a real business. It's not real capitalism. It is literally just a fucking scam where a tiny number of people steal a fortune, and it's just fucking bullshit. Nobody, you want to put criminals on community service repairing damage crime does. Yeah, like Jeff Bezos should just be working in a soup kitchen until nobody that generates his profit needs a soup kitchen. It's as simple as that. And yes, Rita Zuckerberg needs to fucking go. He's a fucking sociopath. Oh, shit, nobody. You want vandals to repair public damaged property? It will be a long time till I get to vandals. The fucking 1% with the damage, the ravages that they cause on society, they will be doing community service for decades before I even get to vandals. Vandals do a couple of dollars of damage. The 1% does billions, if not trillions of dollars in damage and destroys the lives of millions of people. Those fucking pieces of shit will be, if they're lucky, doing community service for decades before I get to the fucking vandals. If they're unlucky, I will just throw them in a deep, dark hole. Just the worst fucking prisons in existence will have the oligarchs in them. And that's if they're fucking lucky. That's if they're fucking lucky. That's what will happen to them. Yes, and Justin, you could obviously create an Uber Eats that doesn't fuck over restaurants. It's just like they're actual criminal. I read an hilarious one a while back. It's like some pizza place worked out they refused to get involved with any of those delivery things because they would just fuck them over. And what they found out is at least one of these food delivery places had put them on their site as it was and was offering some ridiculous price for their pizzas. Now, the pizza place would get their full price. And what the business model of these fucking scam delivery companies was, like, okay, say the big pizza was $15, okay? Big pizza is $15. This delivery place is advertising they will deliver the pizza to you for $10. And so a shit ton of people order through this site for $10 to get these pizzas. And the idea is then at a certain point, they will extort the pizza restaurant and say, you're only getting these orders because we're selling them for $10. So you have to cut your prices or we'll stop doing it. And I did read this story of what one pizza place did. They're like, okay, so we're selling this pizza for $15 and you're doing this shit online where you're charging people $10 for it. Okay, we're going to fuck with you. And so what they were doing, they were getting a bunch of their friends to order these $15 pizzas for $10. And they were shipping either empty boxes or boxes with uncooked dough in them. And they were getting paid $15 for the pizza. And then the friends would pay $10 for it. They would give the friends back the $10 and they'd make a couple dollars profit because, you know, the pizza dough they put in the box cost them $1. So they were making $4 profit. And they were just doing this and making all this extra money. And then the scam delivery company tried to extort them and they went, yeah, go fuck yourself. You know, we just made over the last month where you were doing this bullshit, we made like an extra $1,000 just fucking you over. It's just like, yes, fucking priceless. That was great. Oh, but so many restaurants and takeaway places think they have to do what like Uber Eats or these other fucking criminal enterprises want them to do. And it's very hard to resist. So again, my offspring are Zoomers. They fucking order Uber Eats all the time. I almost never order food delivery. I almost always go out and get it myself. Because, well, there's two reasons. Honestly, I don't trust the delivery people. There are too many dodgy stories about what they do with your food. And second, it's gross and exploitative and hurts the restaurants and hurts the drivers, and it's just giving money to these criminal fucking enterprises. So I won't do it. I'm a grumpy old Gen Xer. Suffer a pizza delivery free in Melbourne. No one does free delivery. Normally costs you a bit, but yeah. So yes, the all these fucking companies are fucking evil. So oh god, Suffer. Your neighbor orders deliveries all the time and the Lyft drivers park in the common area next year. Yeah, that could be annoying. Nice. See, Raiders, more independent places should tell Uber to fuck off. Because it's not in their interest. But it's difficult. Again, all these companies are built on lies. All these fucking companies are built on lies. Yes, Abigail, definitely delivery people delivering Macca's eat some fries. I don't want someone to, no, I'm just too grossed out. Like I said, my offspring will do it, but I won't. Yeah, Raiders, I'd like to dismember News Corp as well. Like I said, in pure and simple times, in pure and simple terms, I would revert media ownership laws to what they were in the 70s. Basically, you're only allowed to own one media outlet. You can't own multiple media outlets. You just can't. You just can't. We need diversity in media ownership because it's a fucking cancer. I keep saying that, but they are. These fucking exploitative companies are a cancer. Kirsten, so your favorite place is just across the road, saves you $20, which upset the husband. Yeah, I tend to get local-ish places where I'm not worried about going and getting it. Earthgrave, a nurse behind you. Uber's often visiting on her time off. She's self-isolating when she has. See, that's okay. But the criminal exploitative nature of these companies should be stopped. And honestly, okay, here's what I'm not even joking when I say this. If I was the government, if I was in control, people who for their work, whether they were medical people or whatever, people who for their work needed to do some sort of isolation when they're at home, they should be subsidized. They should absolutely be subsidized. It should be part of the job. It's like, you know what? Not only are we going to pay you enough that you only work in one place, you don't take multiple jobs in multiple places. We're paying you as a permanent employee to work in this one place. There's a job subsidy. So when you're at home, we cover the delivery cost for food. And it's a fair delivery payment to the driver, but you don't pay it. The taxpayer is supporting you in your critical work. Nobody, you're going to be like the hay and bale? Yep, so am I, man. It's coming up on 10 o'clock. Okay, so we got there in the end. At about 9, I was really tempted that I was going to have another drink. Todney on Twitch, hello. Ooh, is that a real thing or something you want to put in? Can't own more than one pub in a 4-kilometer radius. Yeah, I'm not big on chains of pubs either, quite honestly. I love local independent pubs and clubs and bars and venues. And yes, Fox, definitely fucking cut police and military budgets and raise emergency and firefighting budgets. Yes, Abigail, going to bed, die now, tired. But yeah, don't tell me I don't have policies, man. If I was in control, I'd have so many fucking policies. And I think it was Fox who said the oligarchs would try and kill him. Yeah, I think I would have oligarchs trying to assassinate me all the time. I'd have to have some real good bodyguards. And yeah, Earthcrow, old school family beer gardens. Nice stuff. And yeah, Raiders, Woolies buying pokies joints. What the fuck is that? Todney on Twitch. Justin Hem's taken over heaps of pubs in Sydney. Rips off workers, destroys local vibes. Yeah, fuck guys like that, man. Fuck that. I'm 100% on board with you. I'm not into there being chains of pubs or bars. I love local independent ones. Fuck. Oh, no. It's just, again, also, I would have laws like, no, dude, you can only have permanent employees. They have to have this level of minimum wage or fuck off. This whole idea that you screw people over and put them through the meat grinder, fuck that. Same as property investors. It's like, if you are genuinely investing in housing and making it affordable from people, that is good. But the idea of just fucking people over and making housing unaffordable, nah. The idea of giving tax breaks to people who are making housing unaffordable is fucking ridiculous. So, yeah, there would definitely be a bunch of oligarchs trying to assassinate me if I had any power whatsoever. Probably lucky for the world I don't, because I'd probably, what's the saying? Power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Man, I'd be a mad fucking tyrant. I'd be a mad fucking tyrant. At the moment, I'm going to be a guy who's going to bed because it's 10 o'clock. I'm going to go to bed. I won't be on tomorrow night. I'll be watching. What are we watching at the moment? In Treatment. TV show that's half-hour episodes of people, and it's just sort of people having half-hour counseling sessions, therapy sessions. It's fascinating. But anyway, that's what I'm going to be watching with Mrs. Angry tomorrow night. Probably be back on Thursday night. And of course, Thursday night, that's virtually Friday, which may as well be the weekend. So we can party a bit. Then sometime between now, I've got to finalize what cocktails I want to make for my cocktail channel. Got to do them on Thursday or Friday night. I think I know what I want, but I need to absolutely finalize that. And so you'll take care. I think I might make something with this. Honestly, I'm a big fucking fan of Jimmy Rum. I give him 2 thumbs up. So I will see you all later. I hope you all stay well and take care until